In this video, we're going to implement the email archiving and retention policies of Perchance Hospital. Perchance Hospital has determined that it wants to archive email that is at least 14 days old. We will set up an email archiving policy for this. Let's assume we've already configured the email archive storage location. Now, it's time to set up the archive policies and jobs. In NetGovern, a policy is a filter. A job takes action using it. Policies and jobs exist independently, but you cannot execute a job without having a policy to guide it. A single policy can be applied to different and multiple jobs. So, we set up the policy first, but we keep in mind the jobs that we are aiming to execute. We'll go to Policies to create a new one. Then, we set the criteria to suit our needs. You can use this option to set up archiving so that it can control the size of user mailboxes. You can do so by setting a data limit or by entering the maximum number of days that a message can reside in the live mail system before being archived. Let's go into a little more detail. We want this policy to govern all data in the mailbox, so we'll leave this as is. We need to specify the period. We want every item that falls within this date range to be processed by our archiving policy. If you choose to process all unpublished messages instead, then items that have already been archived and have been flagged as published will be skipped. This can save significant processing time. Now that we've confirmed the criteria, we need to click Save. Because we'd like to archive all mail items, we'll ignore the advanced options for now, but we do want to specify the folders this policy will apply to. We want to exclude any junk items, so we won't process this folder or its subfolders. Now that we've configured the policy, we can create and configure a job. As mentioned previously, jobs apply policies to relevant groups of users. We want to set up a daily archive job to capture emails that have existed in the mail system for 14 days. Let's get started. We'll match the name of this job to the policy and state how often it will run. It will then appear under the email archive. Now, we need to make some adjustments. The previously configured storage location needs to be selected. We will not select this because we do want the publish tag to be placed on all successfully archived messages. In this case, we do not want to delete items from the source. We do want to keep this enabled so we can search messages as soon as they are archived. Then, we'll apply a retention flag of 7 years to match our internal retention policy. We also want to select this so that the archive items cannot be altered or deleted until the retention date has been reached. These criteria now suit us. To finish this job, go to Job Settings. Enter a job description and select the policy from the list. We could run the job immediately or set a schedule instead. It's our policy to archive all mail that's older than 14 days, but we want to schedule the 14-day archiving job to run every day. Last but not least, we select the users to include in the job. Then we save. To review the job we've just configured, we can go to the Summary tab. When results become available, they appear in the Report tab. But we can also monitor the progress of jobs as they are being processed. In this session, we've set up a tamper-proof and non-erasable email archive of all end users on the Perchance Hospital network. We created the policies and jobs to ensure that any mail older than 14 days will be archived. These same steps can be repeated when setting up specific jobs for particular email types, users, or folders, such as archiving emails of company executives in a separate repository. To find examples of policies and jobs you can run using NetGovern, or to get more information about the features of NetGovern Archive, click here. Next, see our how-to video for deleting archives that have passed the 7-year retention period.